It's okay. About one for the one for
Yeah. How hard are they? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is the step. So we have two chairs.
You need to blow that up.
So it's this way.
That's adorable. What a good dog. They are like twins. So they look like.
I love it.
Oh, they're cute.
I've always goes on overseas that you have
And it's very,
Okay, here we go. Check. Mic number one. Mic check. This is number one. Testing 1 2 1 2. Mic number two. This is mic number two. Check check 1 2 1 2 3. Yes. Squeaky sneakers.
Huh?
Mic number three. Super mic 1 2 3 1 2. Check 1 2.
Yeah.
Mic number four. Check check 1 2. Mic number four. Testing 1 2 3.
Everything was good.
President mic. Mic number five, check, check, 1 2 1 2, check, check. Mic number five. Microphone number 6, 1 2 3 1 2 3, mic 6, mic 6. And lastly, the podium mic 1 2 3 1 2 3. Can you hear the podium mic? 1 2 3 1 2 3. Checka, checka, checka. Podium mic is heard. Okay, so that's the end of the mic check. I will mute here in a second. I'll let you know when I'm ready to mute.
one study, because, there's too much negativity in it. So I think we need a fun preview for every school.
Okay. Maybe the three of us can try it.
I think that you with Mr. Antonelli.
Yeah.
And
Sit and a kid.
yeah, well, sit, how is it, okay?
Yes.
But anyway, so back to the Eastern Conference Convention.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, so, grants were from, and they were also in Kentucky. And, not that far from the recipient. And I met the recipient because he came to visit Grand Island with his wife and his son, his grandson, and so they all came. The most important thing was that they had said was all the bills.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
So it's just like those bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it was very cool. What a nice guy. So his name is Stu Ewing. And I don't know if you've ever read the book of in a couple of but there's a character there, a woman, because it's like the 1930s. And there were these women who were like traveling librarians, and they would bring books up into the mountain of Appalachia. And it was mostly because to one of the books because the character would acknowledge that they couldn't read. But there was this one woman.
All right, I'd like to begin this evening with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dr. Dreyer, is it okay if I make a statement? Excellent, thank you so much. I just want to ask our community to join me in a moment of silence as we reflect on the devastating loss of Kylena Rush. Kylena is one of our beloved Youth Road Elementary students, and this heartbreaking event has deeply impacted all of us. So our thoughts and prayers, of course, are with Kylena and her family during this incredibly difficult and challenging time. So if you could join me in that moment of silence, I'd be appreciative. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. Dreyer.
Roll call. This evening we have Roger Broker, Jay Grover, Sherry Steffens, Jude Kuhn, District Clerk, Dr. Brian Graham, Superintendent. I'm Ashley Dreyer, President, Sue Marston, Vice President, Joy Lamarca, Trustee, Danielle Bruno, Trustee, Cheryl Cardone, Assistant Superintendent of Pupil Personnel Services, and Dr. Robert Merkel, Assistant Superintendent for School Business and Finance. Couple announcements. There's an emergency exit directly behind me and directly in front of me in the event that we need to leave unexpectedly. And if you could silence your cell phones, that would be greatly appreciated. If I could have a motion to approve the agenda for August 5th, please. I'll motion. And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion approved 7-0. If I could have a motion to approve the minutes from July 8th, please. I'll motion.
I'll
And a second?
second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. Public comment session, agenda items only. We have one individual signed up at this time. Public comments are invited from those individuals who desire to address the Board of Education on any topic which is on the agenda. Residents who have previously signed up to speak will be recognized. by the president. When speaking, please identify yourself first. Speak clearly and loudly enough for everyone in the room to hear you. Speakers are requested to limit their remarks to no more than 3 minutes, to appoint a spokesperson if a concern is a group concern, and if necessary or desired, to supplement verbal presentations with written reports. Personal comments toward a member of the community, staff, or the Board of Education will not be considered appropriate. At this time, we have Jared signed up. Jared Randall.
You guys hear me okay? My name is Jared Randall. I'm commenting on agenda items 7 and 8, personnel. I'm a father in the school district, have been for the last 20 years. I speak on behalf of my family, which is a family of 6. A lot of other parents that couldn't be here tonight, a lot of students that couldn't be here, and former wrestlers that couldn't be here. Again, family of 6, 4 kids through the school district in the last 20 years. Both of our girls played Grand Island youth soccer. I was a coach for them for many years, as well as my boys. They came to the high school, and they went through the JV and varsity soccer programs, which had great success. They were championship teams. I had 2 boys that wrestled for the GI wrestling program for over the last 10 years. Our oldest boy started in 2014. Our youngest, the last of our 4 kids, is in the program right now. This has been going on for months, but there have been attacks on the coaching staff that built this program in 2014. We don't know everything that's behind it, but we're here to publicly comment on what it is we do know tonight. That program was started by these 2 coaches over 10 years ago. And I think it was about 13 years, I'm not sure on the time frames. They built the program from scratch, and they took it to heights the program's never been to before in the history of the school. To give you some ideas, first in school history, Niagara Frontier League team champions, multiple Section 6 individual champions, more than all combined individual championships in school history prior to these coaches entering on duty. Multiple state tournament qualifiers, multiple school records set and broken by their wrestlers that they mentored and coached. More than one wrestler under their mentorship in the last 13 or so program years broke the all-time school win record. Multiple wrestlers achieving over 100 varsity wins, including our son. And the coach that was just recently let go or terminated from his position from this district was the coach that built that program along with the remaining coach. That coach that built the program worked during the year and throughout the off-season with his pupils. We witnessed this over the last decade firsthand. All off-season. It wasn't just an in-season thing for him. He invested in these kids. He encouraged them to achieve more than they believed they could achieve on their own. He encouraged parents to invest in their child's development as a wrestler, not only for love of the sport, but also what it does for them outside of the sport. He was there for some of these wrestlers when no one else was there for them, guiding them, encouraging them, counseling them, helping them achieve things and overcome adversities they never thought they or dreamed they could.
30 seconds.
Our children were some of those kids. That's why anytime you attend a Grand Island Wrestling dual meet or tournament, there's still a large contingent of alumni wrestlers in the corner of our kids. It's something that's unique to the section. You don't see that with other teams. There's a group of them in the corner of all these kids, year in and year out. These are kids returning from the program that came up under this coach, and they were mentored by him and with his program. And that doesn't happen anywhere else. We've witnessed it for the last 10 years. I just want to end by saying we are deeply disappointed in what the district decided to do here by ending the tenure of a coach over 13 years who built this program and did so many wonderful things for kids. We're deeply disappointed in that, and we actually hope that the board and the people in this administration reconsider their decision, because we think it was a mistake and it was a disservice to a lot of kids, not only kids that are currently in the program that won't be able to have the benefit of this program and this coach's mentorship, but also the kids that would have returned to the program like they did for so long. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to curriculum and instruction with Dr. Quinn.
Well, thank you very much. So as you know, we're going through a transition, and we're going tonight, if the board adopts the recommendation, we're going to be appointing Mr. Fitzpatrick as the new Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Human Resources and staff development. So we're excited, and he wanted to let the board know that he had a family obligation this evening and was unable to join all of us today. But you'll see that the annual library reports are here for your information. And as you know, besides the library reports, we have an outside Dr. Kramer, who does a fantastic job in providing basically a grant every year to support our libraries. But you'll find the library reports there for your information.
Okay, thank you. That brings us to personnel instructional. Motion to approve instructional personnel PI 1 through PI 5, please. And a second? All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. And personnel non-instructional, do we have one, two?
Yeah, we do.
We do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Belanger.
Hi everyone. Mr. Antonelli had a prior engagement this evening, but I'm really excited to introduce Katie Fatoris on his behalf. Katie, could you please stand up? So Katie will be joining the Sidway Special Education staff this upcoming year. She served as a teaching assistant at Huth Road last year, and then she took on a long-term substitute special education position at Sidway mid-year. Currently, she is teaching summer school at our program in Grand Island. And Katie has strong instructional skills, the ability to build meaningful relationships, and dedication to creating inclusive learning environments, which are what make her an excellent addition to the team at Sidway. So we are excited to welcome her to our special education team and the Sidway community. Congratulations.
Thank you. Moving on to personnel non-instructional, could I have a motion to approve non-instructional personnel A and B, please? And a second? All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. And that brings us to finance with Dr. Merkel.
Good evening, everybody. I have several items. A, B, C, and D are all action items, and then E, F, and G, A, and H are all informational items. So I'm looking for action on A through D, please.
Okay, can we have a motion for items A through D, please?
A motion.
And a second? All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0.
Thank you.
Any questions about E, F, G, H?
Is it okay, Dr. Merkel, I just want to thank you for your leadership in working with Mike Young and Scott Perry. Maybe just, I know the board is well aware, but maybe for our community, just some of the highlights with respect to the changes for our SRP, particularly in transportation.
Absolutely. So we've had an ongoing issue in transportation, recruiting and retaining bus drivers. So we worked very hard with the SRP union, our transportation supervisor, to come up with a modification to the agreement to help us recruit and retain some bus drivers. So we are very hopeful that this agreement helps us fill those gaps and make sure that we get our kids to school on time and safely.
That's great, thank you.
Thank you. Next up is special education with Sheriff Cardone.
I have two action items which will wait to the end. But if you look at letter C, there's been slides included for the BNL Special Education Summer School this year. I just want to give shout out to David Howe, who is my intern from Niagara University, who's done a great job overseeing the program and then putting the slideshow together. We had over 80 students to attend. Jude, thank you for putting that in here. We had over 80 students attend, and our ENL program ended last Friday, and our special education program ends in 2 weeks on August 16th. So very, very excited. It's been a wonderful opportunity for the children. Field trips have gone very well. We leave this week. On Friday, we go to Beaver Island, and last week we went to Madeline's Golden Band. So it's been a lot of fun for the kids. The code of conduct, always this time of year. This is our first read. You'll see the changes in Brett, I believe, I thank John Fitzpatrick for getting all of the principals together to add and subtract some of the things that dress code, the addition of the vape devices, etc. The thing with the code of conduct is usually when we are running through the school year and we discover something new, or we're in a superintendent's hearing and we see something happen as well, it's what generates these changes. Usually the state doesn't, but the principals actually fine-tune this language so that the code of conduct is pertinent, which is why we review it every year. So tonight is the first read. Next week, I will be looking for an adoption or just action on the second read so that we can make sure that it goes out to all of the faculty, staff, and students for the start of the school year. Yes.
You mentioned the red. Now, what about the blue? Is the blue just?
The blue is addition, the red would be subtraction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I didn't hear the blue part. Okay. Thank you.
Please take a look at that as well. And then last but not least, if I could have adoption for, what, say that again?
Red's addition.
Red's addition, oh, I reversed it.
Just strike
Okay,
through.
you're good. Sorry, Mr. Christian. And then if I could have action for CPSC and CSD program reports, I appreciate it.
Okay, motion. And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0. Thank you. All right, that brings us to the superintendent's report with Dr. Graham.
Just the first item is an action item. Each year, we publish our district safety plan on our website, and at this time, it's been uploaded into Board Docs. Really not too many changes from last year, if any at all, but it's important. Actually, Jude did a great job in proofreading it and getting Karen Rozek from BOCES to make some important changes that were really the names of personnel that support us, our school resource officers and other administrators. But outside of that, it's the same plan, and right now it's up for the boards to take action on that.
Okay, any questions? If I could have a motion to approve A, please.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion carried 7-0.
Okay, thank you very much. So sometimes people think that we're not busy in the summer, but we're very, very busy. And just after our last meeting, we had our Gisba golf outing, which was, although the weather was inclement and we didn't have the greatest turnout, we still raised funds that will support our students, not only in the Emerging Leaders Program, but the scholarships that Gisba give out to students. So we were excited about that. And we had some wonderful sponsors who came out to support the work, the good work of Gisba too. And Pinnacle Travel Staffing was one of our major sponsors, along with other companies that all came together to support our students. So we thank the community and also give Jude a gold star in putting together a great program, even though it rained quite a bit that day.
Two in a row, man.
Yeah.
Next year it's gonna be sunny and
She's just breaking out the rosaries. So very nice time, and we thank everybody for their support. So we just heard through our introduction tonight and the work that Cheryl leads with respect to our summer school for individuals with special needs and individuals that need English as a second language. We really love this program. Every Friday, the students have an opportunity to take a field trip out into the community. This is a photo of some of our students at the Buffalo Launch Club here on Grand Island and attending the annual Lions Club Special Needs Picnic. The volunteers that come out to support our students and students around Western New York is really tremendous. Students, and sometimes in their lives, never get a chance to ride a boat. And there were many volunteers that took students out for boat rides and just really thoroughly enjoying the opportunity to have some fun. The Lions Club also does a great job with entertainment and animals and petting zoos and food and music. So we're really blessed to have a great partnership with the Lions Club. We thank them for their leadership, and of course there's Dick Crawford and Tom and Paul and so many others who help lead that annual special needs picnic. Jude just asked how many years. I'm not sure. I don't know if anybody around the table might know that. Cheryl,
Lions
perhaps?
Club, why did it matter?
Oh, so
It's
you
been-
were
it's been-
volunteer.
it's been-
Yeah.
it's been a long standing.
I was gonna say that too.
It's really,
Because we want to.
and I know a lot of our students volunteer there too, so it's a really great event. This is just a photograph. We had our administrative team attend administrators retreat, which was held at UB across from Lockwood Library, and this is their new National Artificial Intelligence Institute for Exceptional Education, and we had a really great event. We also heard from Johnny Parks. Johnny Parks is a football official. He's also a manager of the Goodyear in his community, and sadly, he 2 years ago, 2 days after the top shooting, somebody in his community wrote something horrible on his fence. It was on the news, and the FBI got involved, and they identified the person for the hate crime. And Johnny came in and just told his story to our administrators, and we may be looking to have him do some more speaking, maybe at the middle school or high school level in the future. But it was a very powerful story that we embedded into our retreat. We also had Assemblyman Angelo Morinello and Senator Sean Ryan attend our Zero Eyes Lunch and Learn. It was really a great event. We had a lot of districts come to learn more about how we're using Zero Eyes to keep our kids, faculty, staff, and visitors safe. And so it was a really great event. And I think the board is keenly aware of what this software does, but it lays over the top of our cameras. And if it's a software that only looks for the brandished gun. So you can see in this picture a rectangle around the gun, and it's picked up by our external and or internal cameras, and it's just extremely powerful. This is a picture from one of our cameras that faces a parking lot. You can see that this picture, the people are far away, but the artificial intelligence software picks up the gun. And when that happens, an alarm sounds at an operation command center. A human verifies whether or not that's a gun or an umbrella or a lacrosse stick, and then they activate the emergency response plan and communicate with law enforcement and communicate with myself and Josh Nichols and our administrators and our custodians so that we can lock down the school faster. So it was a really great event, and it's possible for the board to know that Zero Eyes and other companies have been trying to get state education department to approve software like this so that it's state aidable, and there may be an announcement around August 13th or 14th about that, so we're waiting to see if that'll come to fruition. But it's just really, really good. Another tool in the tool belt for keeping people safe. Also, John Fitzpatrick worked with Zero Eyes to do a tabletop safety exercise with our administrators and school resource officers. So you'll see some of our team, Tom Franz and Troy Livesay, and our administrators working together on a particular scenario and thinking about how we would respond, to the extent possible to keep everybody safe. So all of those tabletop exercises are super important in school districts, and we're glad to work in conjunction with Zero Eyes and John to put that together for our team. You may be aware, we have an author, Mary Howard, who's a 6th grade teacher in our middle school. She is presenting all over the state and in other places to talk about artificial intelligence. And so this is a recent, I think that says August 1st, Mr. Dr. Merkel, did I say the first there at the bottom? Yeah, I think she was a presenter, a keynote presenter for NICEGate, and we're just very proud of the work that she did. Just for the board's recollection, ChatGPT came out in November of 2022, and by March of 2023, Mary Howard had written a book on how artificial intelligence can help teachers in their daily work. And so she wrote a book, and it was published in 6 months, and has been on kind of the talking circuit, sharing her expertise with other educators. So I share that with you because I also have been doing presentations on artificial intelligence and how it can support education. And we have a really cool announcement to share with the board and our community. And I want to thank Hillary Kretz Harvey for her leadership in working with the company Khan Academy. Khan Academy has been around for, since 2008 and 2009 is when the company got started. In 2010, they had free courses in algebra and all math courses from kindergarten through college available for free on their website. Back when I was a principal at West Middle, I put, this is actually a picture from the website in 2010 at West Middle, where we were promoting Khan Academy back then. But the big story is this word here, Conmigo. So since, if anybody has ever used Khan Academy, it is a tremendous resource to supplement or to support your work, and not only in math, but in all humanities and many other courses. But what Khan Academy has done is that they have partnered with OpenAI or ChatGPT, and I'm just trying to see if I have a picture here. Here it is. So this is Sal Khan. Sal Khan was a hedge fund trader back in New York City, and he started Khan Academy through using YouTube to tutor math for his niece and nephew, I think, in California. So that's where he got the idea of Khan Academy, and it's been around, as I said, for a long time. But now what they're doing is they're integrating an artificial intelligence tutor, which they're calling Conmigo. And Conmigo will be available. Hillary's done a fantastic job in negotiating with this company, and I think Hillary, it's okay to say that it'll be available for every student in the high school.
Yeah.
At a ridiculously low cost. So this, just so that people can understand, this is a tutor that'll be available for children in our high school 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the entire school year. Right now it's text-based, so a child can speak to Conmigo, and then Conmigo will type back to the child, or the child can type to Conmigo, and Conmigo will type back. What's important for the board to know in our community is Conmigo will not give the child the answer. The AI tutor will use Socratic and cognitive coaching to help the child think and process and move toward the right answer on their own, but not have AI give that right answer. So I would say in the future, we're going to ask Hillary to do a presentation with the board to give you more insight and background knowledge on this incredible tool. And we're very excited. This video, and maybe we'll play this video at a future board meeting, but this video was published in April. Oh, actually. So what you're going to see is not what's currently available, but will be available in the future. Remember, Conmigo.
OpenAI invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some.
Sorry. So this is Al Khan. This is his son. On the right-hand side of the screen, you're looking at an iPad. This tool will work with our Chromebooks. It doesn't have to be an iPad, but in this example, he's using an iPad. On the right-hand side of the iPad is a trigonometry question, and on the left side is the artificial intelligence tutor who will communicate back and forth with his son. Again, this is not the version that we're going to have in September, but it is the version that will eventually be available over time. So this will just kind of give you a little bit of a look as to what, how powerful tools like this are to support our students as they're learning. So this is Sal Khan, and that's his son, and they'll do a little demo for us.
Invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. So we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy. So let's get it started. It's loading up. All right, make sure we can see our screen.
Actually, in this form.
Hello there. I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem. But don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
All right, so I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Perfect. That's correct. Now, looking at the triangle, which slide do you think is the hypotenuse? Remember
Really,
the hypotenuse?
I'm not totally sure. I think it might be this one, but I really am not sure. This side AC.
You're close. Actually, side AC is called the adjacent side to the angle alpha. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle and is directly opposite the right angle. Can you find which one is the hypotenuse?
Oh, okay, I see. So, I think the hypotenuse is this really long side from A to B. Would that be correct?
Exactly, well done. Now that you've identified the hypotenuse, can you identify which side is the opposite side to angle alpha?
Okay, well, I mean, you told me earlier that this was the adjacent side, and I know that's the hypotenuse, so I'm guessing that this side, BC, is the opposite side.
Great deduction. That's absolutely correct. Now that you've identified all the sides relative to angle alpha, do you remember the formula for finding the sine of an angle in a right triangle?
Yeah, I know that the sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse.
Perfect. That's absolutely right. Now, can you apply that formula to find sine alpha in the triangle using the lengths of the sides that we've identified?
Okay, so, I mean, you told me that 7, this side BC, is the opposite side. And then you said that the hypotenuse is the longest side, so that would be this side 8B, which is 25. So would the answer be 7 over 25?
Excellent work. That's correct. Sine alpha equals 7 over 25. You did a great job identifying the sides and using the sine formula. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
So,
How do celebrities like Justin Bieber get around? Do you know, like hundreds of millions of...
So I'm sure all of you have had experience with Siri or with Alexa, but now this is where artificial intelligence is moving for the social good of working with students, where our parents and our students will have access to be able to see how this will help them in their journey, particularly if they're struggling, right, with some of these concepts. And we all know sometimes math is a foreign language, you know, for kids, right? So we're very, very excited. And honestly, the lion's share of this work is Hillary and her team working together to be one of the first school districts in Western New York to have this tool at a rate that is super affordable and in a time where some people are worried about artificial intelligence, and that could be for good reason. But this tool will not give the answers, will coach students through solving problems so that they can be masterful in their learning. And there are other tools that we're going to learn about in the days and weeks ahead. And I know Hillary will be organizing a lunch and learn for her fellow colleagues, her fellow principals around Western New York, so that they can see the power that this will provide students. Any questions or comments? We would look forward to Hillary at a future presentation. That would be great. All right, and let me just wind down here. So, as some of you know, Grand Island is launching its first ever Athletic Hall of Fame. And these athletes, former athletes and coaches, have been identified as recipients of this special honor. So we got Marjorie Bessel and Carlin Hartman and Glenn Lip and Steve Looney, Stacy Schroeder-Watt, Jude just whispered Steve Lunny, Stacy Schroeder-Watt, John Sullivan, and Anne-Marie Wozniak, formerly Strickland. And then, she's Strickland now. Thank you. Thank
She
you.
almost made the Olympics for swimming.
Oh, wow.
So I grew up on her, she grew up in my neighborhood.
That's great. And Gene Masters and John Roth. So the athletic department is running a meat raffle on August 10th. I think they still have some tickets available if anybody wants to come help raise some money to kick off the Athletic Hall of Fame. It would be a great honor. And as everybody knows, we have a Viking tip line, so don't be afraid to use it. Cheryl, I know you oversee this, and we do get tips quite often. Yeah, and even recently too. So we do encourage our community to participate in that. And then, of course, if you want to email the board, it's boegi@gicsd.org. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. That brings us to the Board of Education reports, and we wanted to look at our calendars. Sue, did you want to say anything about the budget workshops?
I brought up the budget workshops. We had talked about our retreat this year during the budget season. Roger, you weren't here, but I know we had talked during the budget that maybe our workshop retreat this year could be focused around our budgeting process, budgeting format, whatever, kind of focusing on that this year. I don't know if everybody still feels that would be beneficial to everybody. I know we normally do something, and I don't know, just thought it might be beneficial, and I thought it would be great if we started looking at dates. I don't know that we need to pick them today. Ashley could put out one of those forms, right?
That usually works really well.
And the only thing I will say is we're going into the season where we meet at other locations. It's typically easier to not do them at other locations so that we don't keep the principals or those, like, I think the next one's at, what's that? Eagle Island, thank you. You know, we don't want to keep them any longer than they need to be, so I don't know if we go every other, but if we have the dates that are here, it's much more convenient than we're not inconveniencing our principals or facility managers. So, I don't know if you want to throw some dates out.
Yeah, I mean, that might be difficult to do, not at a location and keep it on, if we keep it on a Monday night that we have a meeting, because we're starting October 7th, we're at Charlotte Sidway, and then our November meeting is at Huth, our December meetings at Kagabine, and our January meetings at the middle school. So then we're missing October, November, December, January. So I don't know that we would have meetings other than September, right?
So back when we used to have two, we used to go together, so yeah.
Yeah, so it might be tough. I mean, I could put dates out there and we could do it at the location, but.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just trying to be,
Yeah. Okay, I'll put dates out. I'll try to keep it on I don't know if anyone has any thoughts, but usually we keep it on the days that we're already meeting and try to do it either after or before, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You'll usually do maybe a half an hour early, right?
And then less than executive.
We have, and I mean, what we can do is, we can do that.
Do that first.
Right, do that first, and then we can just keep going, right? Like, it doesn't just have to be ones, right? We can, we can work with Bob and put a schedule together as well too, and cover certain, I know the other category is going to be one for sure. But, we can have those meetings involved and, make sure we put them together, that we have a topic that we can cover in time, and, it doesn't necessarily have to be a one-shot deal or a two-shot deal. I think it'll be beneficial when we get into the budget season. We may streamline some of the questions we have, and also have everybody knowledgeable once we get into the season, and maybe streamline it some. I think it's beneficial.
Okay, I will put an email out there. Sounds good.
Ms. Drager, Dr.
Yep.
Drager, excuse me, sorry. The May 6th meeting that we have, this past year we changed that because it didn't meet the regulations. I'm gonna propose that we're gonna change that again because we're gonna run into the same situation again as we did last year.
Okay, that's May 5th, 2025,
Correct,
that one?
yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. So, the budget hearing has to be a minimum of 7 days, but no more than 14 days before the budget vote. Budget vote's the third Tuesday, so, we would have to, sorry?
I think the 20th
Correct,
is the vote.
yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't have it directly in front of me, but, okay, so,
So that's
I would
14
propose
days.
either the 6th, which is that Tuesday, or the 12th, which is the following Monday. Just wanted to throw
Okay.
that out there, so we can plan accordingly.
Okay, so moving that meeting to May 6th or the
Or May
12th?
12th, yeah. May 6th is that Tuesday, or the 12th is the following Monday.
Does anybody have a preference to it being on a Tuesday or a Monday?
Okay.
Well, we'll take a look at it, let's look at the we'll take a look at the calendar, I mean, I don't know if the events are scheduled that far out, so we're not on a concerts or, why don't we take a pause and we'll take a look at it so that the, schools make sure we're not on a concert or an event or something, is that what not?
Yeah,
We're
we'll look
gonna
into it. Yeah, that would
It'd be
be,
either May 6th or May,
well, May 12th is a Monday, yeah,
Or
so
May 6th
Tuesday,
or
May
May
6th or Monday, May
where
12th.
we can put out,
Yep.
that way we're not conflicting with something.
Do we have to vote on that, Dr. Muckle, for changing that or
Not
not?
tonight.
No.
I just
Oh, but we
wanted to put it
do.
out there.
No, I think they,
No,
no,
we
I
just
just
change the date.
No, we
Okay.
just change it. Well, let's just make sure we're not,
We'll wait for the calendar to come out and then.
Right.
yeah, we have time to
Okay.
change it. But thanks for bringing that up.
Thank you.
Yeah, we don't want
Thank you.
to end up changing it again.
Okay, so that brings us to the public comment sessions not included in the agenda. We did not have anyone sign up for that. So we are at committee of the whole items and information for the roundtable, beginning with Roger.
I'm good, thank you, Jim.
Jay?
Just a shout out to Hillary, that Khan Academy looks really amazing. So,
Long, right?
that's good. That's all.
Sherry?
Sorry, did we hear anything about the vending machines by chance?
So I was hoping to have more news for you today around that. I looked at the proposal that we received from the one company, I was hoping to get them in. But their proposal was only for the beverage vending machines. So I am optimistic that we'll have those in place, both the healthy options and the other options for the start of the school year.
Jude?
I just wanted to thank everybody, all the sponsors and all the golfers they came out for a beautiful golf tournament. Even though it was raining, we went in between 20 minutes golf and then we went in thunder, lightning, then we went in like back and forth, but it was still successful. Raised the money, so it was good.
Great, thank you, Jude, for everything you do for our district. You are doing it all between, the alumni association or the alumni event that you organize, distinguished alumni event that you organize, and all the events and the retirement dinners and just everything, the SRP dinner. So thank you, we really appreciate it. And thank you, Hillary, for organizing Khan Academy. My daughter uses it for SAT prep, and I've already signed up for Khan Bingo and love it. So I think it'll be great for the kids. So thank you for doing that. And that brings us to Sue.
I just wanted to say, thank you, Jude, for all your hard work on the, golf tournament. It was a huge success. Next year it's gonna be sunny and 80. Maybe we need to switch our beat. Seems like since we went to that beat. No, I don't know, although both of our Gizmo, listen, both of our Gizmo events had rain, right? So it's gonna be sunny and 80 next year. Listen, 1 month from today, we will be back in school, so, I know. Listen. Well, it's out there.
There's some rumors on social media.
It's out there.
Listen, I'm gonna list, and in 1 month, we'll be back in school. In case you guys didn't know it out there. Listen, it's my son's senior year, it's coming fast, so, anyways, enjoy the rest of your summer. You guys do a lot and enjoy these last few weeks, and, and you enjoy it, because it's been quick.
Joy?
I'm all set, thanks.
Danielle?
I'm all set.
I don't know if I need to sign. Congratulations, Katie.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard, we're glad to have you, and thank you for everything for this summer.
Sorry, sorry.
And I know John's not here, but I want to say
Oh,
congratulations to
yes,
John, his family as well,
congratulations.
so, thank you.
We'll get a picture next time.
Just wanted to mention real quick, we put our solar RFP out, last week, and we had our pre-walkthrough meeting on Friday. We did have several companies interested that, attended our meeting either virtually or in person, so looking forward to those proposals. Those proposals are due by August 19th, and then we will review them and, bring some information back to you guys, so excited to see what we get back.
Thank you. Dr. Graham?
Max, Sherry had a question about the days of the week where grief support services are at Huth. I think it's 2 days a week.
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursdays, 10 to noon.
10 to noon.
Last day will be 26th.
And an interested parent could call the main office
Yeah.
just to get some more information. So 10 to noon, Tuesdays and Thursdays all the way through August.
And
Excellent.
Max is sending out weekly reminders too. So.
Yeah. Good. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Sherry. No, I'm all good. Thank you.
Okay, if I could have a motion to adjourn the regular board meeting at 8:20, please.
All motion.
And a second? All in favor? Aye. Any objections? The number are. Any abstentions? Motion adjourned at, or all in favor? Aye. That could be and motion adjourned, or meeting adjourned at 8:20. Thank you. Good night, everyone.